Alrighty, folks. We are back in it with another session of our Astral Avenue, the Magdalena Blues. I'm your dungeon master, dungeon mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hello, you can.
Howdy, guys.
Yeah.
Yo,
And unfortunately, we are down a player, and also it's his birthday today. So gonna be down Tobias. So happy birthday, Tobias! But he's also actually not here because he's not feeling well. He's got a fever at home, so bad day to have any kind of sickness.
Thoughts
So
and prayers.
thoughts and prayers, and
Healing words.
casting healing words. Should have had a remove disease potion or something, or poison. I don't know.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah, or greater. You need the diamonds for it, though. But let's get into things. Before we get into today's session, let's talk a little bit about last session. So, without further delay, let's talk about it. Last session, you guys made some small purchases at the magic shop, spoke to the Aarakocra saleswoman about one of her customers, someone named Kelly. She said she doesn't like to speak about her customers unless they request it. Many around here, though, do frequent a tavern called the Wheatworm Libations. And, well, you guys headed there promptly to investigate. And after a somewhat middling performance by Louise, unfortunately, you were roped into a drinking contest in exchange for some information, or at least a chance of some information. Aethel stepped up to the plate. As he was unaccustomed to drink himself, a quick series of various drinks were poured as the crowd of the bar looked on. Through sheer determination and a pinch of magic, Aethel succeeded and was now crowned the new dragon with a fancy little paper crown with wings on it. And was quickly paraded around the bar once around, and after some celebrations, several patrons filling their mugs as they do, the barback, Halifus, explained that Kelly was literally just outside tending to the animals. So you guys went there, and seeing this larger human out back in the small stables, he was teaching some children to be careful around animals, essentially, as they were a varied sort. Many different, well, there were 6 different mounted kind of beasts there. Kind of shooed the children away, told them to have a safe time. And afterwards, you guys started to question Kelly about Estra Lagrange, whom he has a connection to, but seemed a little standoffish, especially after you at first started to call him a terrorist. But it was kind of, that was a middling performance too. The conversation kind of steered against his liking. He quickly hopped on his hamster steed and sped off. Very quickly, leaving you guys there with the other animals in the stable. Dr. Jellybean started talking to each of these as she can speak with animals on occasion. They all seemed to want to be let out and run. They seemed like they had a need for speed. And this eventually gave you the idea. Maybe you could borrow these animals and chase down Kelly. And after a rousing ride across the fields and small town ensued, he barreled through a field of cacti, spotted Kelly on his steed, leaping across a wide river of sunlight, and pursued him across, spotted by some local police or authorities, as Oblate quickly concealed your location for a time in a cloud of fog. Searching out, a minor earthquake trembled, causing Starlight to shoot up from any source of liquid here. Turning to shimmering rain at the moment, blinding a few of you. And even though Tobias and Oblate got away on a hill, they could see that the others were surrounded by these authorities, at least for a time. It simply gave you a citation and a warning. Well, a citation. Confiscating your current steeds, and you have to pay a fine later. But they let you three go, as the joyriding was frowned upon here, especially drunken joyriding. And that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to say, Oblate, as you're kind of looking over the hill, down in the small kind of town square, you would hear the heavy footfalls of Tobias's current carnivorous mount rushing away, as Tobias is just like kind of holding the reins, like, hey, I don't know where this thing's going. I'll catch up. And you see him, his dinosaur mount is just running wild. Looks like it's chasing something, but you don't know what. It's actually with a keen perception that Oblate has. Looks like it's chasing a rabbit. As he rides off into the distance.
Off he goes, apparently.
I'm assuming too fast and too far for me to catch up to him.
You can see as you kind of turn and try to motion for your tortoise mount to follow. The tortoise is kind of in turn down mode as it just sluggishly tries to follow your lead.
You done good, tortoise. You done good. I guess Tobias will eventually catch up. I should probably let you go now and meet up with my party.
All right, and they're just down a hill the ways.
And I'll pat him on the shell, and I'll just start heading down towards him.
The tortoise just kind of stands there, kind of lifting his head up like he's gazing at his newfound freedom, maybe? Taking a munch of some grass and dirt as he just rips up some foliage. Kind of heading down the hill, across a pathway, you would reunite with Louise, Aethel, and Dr. Jellybean as the authorities have dispersed at this point, taken away their mounts, leaving you in this small town square. What are you guys up to?
Did you guys got in trouble?
We got in trouble. They took our mounts away.
Yes.
We got tickets.
Aether, you didn't try to fight it? You are the law.
I know the law.
You kind of are the law, but
We were breaking it.
We were not in accordance with the law.
Aether's still a little intoxicated, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
I believe that's true.
the dragon is in full effect.
As he unknowingly nods along and the wings kind of just start flapping.
Well, Tobias kind of took off on his mount way too fast for me to catch up. My tortoise kind of gave out, so I was just like, "You're free to go. You did it good." And he said he'd catch up, but I'm not really sure when he's gonna be back. But I don't know what we should do about that. If anything, he's an adult, so
He'll find his way when the time is right.
If he looked okay and, his mount wasn't trying to eat him, I don't see the harm.
it looked like he was chasing a rabbit. So hopefully Tobias doesn't get eaten. I don't think he will. The dinosaur doesn't have teeth, so
Doesn't have any
should be
teeth. I
fine.
think he'll be all right. Yeah.
He probably will not know where we're going, but he'll find us eventually.
Very true.
He found
Should
us
we
in
look-
the bank vault a while ago, and we didn't tell him where we were going to be.
So true. He just showed up. That was crazy.
He's got dumb luck.
That's true.
That he does.
Hmm. Should we look for Kelly?
Yes, did you get his trail? We were kind of, occupied with the law. And not Ethan.
I'm actually not entirely sure which way he went once he crested that hill. I guess. Do you want to head back up that way on foot? Because I'm not really sure how far off he's going, where exactly he was going. So if we're going on foot, it might take us quite a while. But I mean, his mount would have definitely been making some pretty decent tracks if anyone's good at tracking.
I understand the basics.
It is not my forte.
Yeah, me neither.
Um,
I can help maybe look like I'm good at investigating, but I'm not good at like tracks.
We could go to the top of the hill to see if there's any points of interest that we could see. Anywhere he might have chosen to go.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
All right. So you guys heading back up that hill, leaving the small. It's like kind of like a town square. There's like maybe 7 or so buildings, a few stalls set up for like selling food or little knickknacks here and there. And all the while, like little drops of slightly luminous rainwater drifting all about, creating this kind of this very unique atmosphere where everything just shimmers. It's pleasant. A little bright, but pleasant. But as you
used to this atmosphere.
Very interesting weather here.
It is. But as you crest the hill, spending a couple of minutes to climb it, as there are a few pathways, like roads kind of going to and fro, like none in this direct path that you took. But as you kind of crest it, you can see more of these small rivers of sunlight kind of gathering on into each other. And it's weird how they flow, because, rivers don't tend to flow that much into each other. These ones seem to kind of conjoin and go different directions, and almost like a zigzag sort of pattern. And this is one of the good chances you get to actually get a good topside view, aside from your initial landing into the Dursus River. But you can see plentiful farmlands. You can see a small like forest nearby with plenty of like thick tangled trees, a couple of hills within, pathways like kind of some leading to that forest, some leading to these other farms, a lot of water mills about, and you would see animals in some of the fields, different varieties of crops being grown, as well as farmers tending to said fields.
And we also, I guess, can we see, is there like a source for all of the light rivers or anything like that, or do they just happen just to be there with no actual source?
I would say in the far off distance, at the edge of this flat plain that is the Dursus River, that is the mill in its current form, you can kind of see this odd, there's a central glow that you can see a good bit of. It seems to be kind of swirling a little bit, as if a kind of nebula? No, that's not the right word. What am I thinking of? The swirly stuff. What's the galaxy? That's what they're called. like a swirly galaxy, kind of that similar kind of framework. At the very edge, like it's all just kind of swirling on the flat horizon.
That happened to be where, I guess, Asner Productions is that? Would I know that?
You would not know
Would be able
that.
to tell that?
Some kind of galactic style swirl,
Yeah.
or like a whirlpool.
Yes.
Water.
Yes to both. But more like sunlight.
Sure.
Sun pool.
And it does seem like there's like clouds kind of covering the ground. And that is miles and miles away.
Okay.
Stay.
Well, can I check, I guess, while we're here, to check to see if we see any sort of like hamster tracks? They look
Sure.
like they've dug in deep since he was going fast.
I could make a check.
Okay.
Yeah. One of you guys wants, give me a survival check.
You go. Average.
Average. 14 is the DC right now. With a little bit of sunlight kind of filling these footprints, you do see hamster tracks going down the other side of the hill towards the woods.
If I was a terrorist, I'd probably be in the woods too.
Yeah,
You
it
guys
does
want to
make
go in the
sense.
woods?
I think we gotta, if we're gonna find anybody we're looking for.
It look like we can bring our mounts in or no?
You mean mount? That
Wait,
that has
is
been
that
let
a
go.
turtle?
The
As-
mount?
The turtle's probably still up there, maybe like 20 feet away, like just munching on some stuff, slowly walking around.
He's his own turtle now. He can turtle about.
Look at him over there, turtling.
They grow up so fast.
He's a tortoise. but I called him a turtle first, so that's on me.
That's fair.
Well, I suppose we head into the woods then.
Into the woods to visit
I
a
guess
terrorist.
it's always daylight, right? Like it's never nighttime.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. We don't
So
have to
these-
worry about like the sun setting and nighttime and dark.
Actually, this is your first day here. You don't know what happens at night,
I
or
don't
if
know.
there is a night.
Wonder if it's gonna get dark.
Guess we'll find out. I mean,
Ooh.
I feel like Farmer Gosh said that it didn't get dark here, but
That was something that was brought up, but
It
who
was.
knows?
I believe so.
You just haven't
These woods
experienced it.
These woods are fairly illuminated, right?
From what you can tell, the tops of them are.
Do they seem like nice woods, or are they like haunted and spooky?
Give me a.
vibe check.
Yeah, I'd say that'll be a
Insight check.
a survival or an insight. Your call. Vibe check on the woods.
Yeah. Oh boy, and it doesn't
Got
really,
Harry Potter Forbidden Wood like vibes.
doesn't really matter.
They look like trees.
They look like, well, that's
That's
how
good.
you want your-
Kind
So
of
it's dark.
pretty densely grown together.
Okay.
As woods/forests are known to do.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep,
So,
no
some
visual.
newer growth along the edge of it.
Sure. Yeah.
The
Alright,
occasional
well,
bush.
Bush, you say?
The occasional one.
Wow.
Not as there's probably more trees.
Mm.
If you had to guess by this one glance from up on top of the hill towards it.
I guess we're going into the woods.
Into
Well,
the
let's
woods.
do it.
Into the woods.
All right. You guys start marching on down towards the woods. Say as you're traveling down, you would see a couple of farm hands doing some hoe work as they're tilling the soil. You till with hoe, right? Yeah, you do.
Again.
Yeah, they're tilling the soil with some hoes. As you can tell how much I know about farming. Probably turns out that lack of moonlight or lack of darkness destroys all plants or something. I don't know. Photosynthesis. Anyways, but yeah, you would see a couple of farm hands kind of tilling the soil there. One of them kind of gives the classic tip of the cap to you all. And maybe a little wink.
Hi, farmer.
Hello.
Ah. Afternoon. Where are you fine folks off to today?
Those woods.
Yeah, we lost track of our friend. He was on a hamster and ran through here. He kind of got a little too far ahead of us, so we're just trying to catch up to him now. You didn't happen to see him go in there, did you?
Can't say I have. They're pretty clear of those woods, though. They're pretty new around here. Past couple years popped up. Yeah, most of those old kind of sites just overgrown. No use for them anymore.
Why should we steer clear of them?
Oh, shit's haunted. That's why.
Haunted
Knew it.
woods.
Yeah, those vines will. Well, my cousin went in a couple years ago. Said he was looking for some berries or some sort. So he could grow them. We found him the next day strangled.
Oh no.
Said he didn't know what happened, but he just got strung up. But we talked to his body, of course. Not like we, he was dead. 100%.
All right, so we got to look out for strangling vines.
Yeah, he said the trees did it.
The
The
trees.
trees. Maybe we should just get some axes and just chop down all of the trees.
I
I would
can
not
talk
want
to
to
him.
anger the
That's what-
haunted trees now.
That's what my cousin did. He brought a hatchet with him. Said he was gonna go chop down some trees to get some good bushes. And well,
I can talk to the trees though.
They
Maybe
chopped
if
back.
I talk to them, they'll be our friends and they won't strangle us.
are you one of them researchers down at the ASMR?
Well, kinda, yeah.
There was a couple of them probing back when we shut down all those kind of places. When Dursus River was formed and all, I don't know what they were doing. Research, I'm assuming.
Did they come out of the woods?
Well, this
Like,
is
did
when they
they-
were first starting, growing. They weren't
Oh.
big woods yet. Everything grows pretty darn good around here, though. So them woods also grow pretty darn good.
That makes sense.
You got any other helpful hints about the woods or tips or hints?
Or tricks.
Anything else we should know about the woods?
I don't know. I haven't gone in them. The only tip I got is don't go. I mean, if your friend's in there, your friend's probably as good as dead.
Oh, that does not bode well for us at all. Do you happen to know why these woods might be haunted?
Nah. I mean, probably ghosts, right?
Well, one would assume, but typically ghosts happen when, some awful event occurs or something.
Typically angry spirits.
I mean, spirits of those old facilities for the old mine and stuff, or resource gathering. I don't know. Maybe you got an angry dwarf in there, but that wouldn't account for any of them trees, because dwarves aren't really kind of trees.
Perplexing.
guess we'll take our chances and find out.
Fortunately, we will have to.
Well, I gotta get back to hoeing. You guys be safe. Again, I'd steer clear. Maybe go get yourself a drink over at Wheat Worm Libations. Best ale around. Oh,
He's
He's
the
the
dragon.
dragon!
He did it.
oh wow. You get a fancy hat and everything. I heard about that. I didn't think. Is it real?
A hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's genuine.
Like
I
genuine
saw it with my
dragon.
own 2 eyes. He drank all the drinks and they got a hat and they paraded him around.
Hey, Avery! He calls out to the other guy kind of down the field. Hey, he's a dragon! Wheat worm! And I can kind of hear in the distance, oh, you don't say. Well, I mean, if you can handle that type of trial by alcoholic fire, then surely you can handle some woods. Haunted. Just keep a good drink in you.
We will.
Alright, well, I gotta get back to home. Y'all don't die now.
Yes,
You
well, enjoy
too.
your hose.
I will. Always do.
Bye,
Okay.
Father.
So now we are going to enter the haunted wood.
It's okay, I got a plan. I'm gonna talk to the trees. I'm gonna say, hey, trees, don't be doing your haunted stuff, because we're not gonna, hurt you. We're not gonna do bad stuff. We're just looking for somebody. They'll understand. I know they will.
I'm
The
gonna
magic will make it so that they understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
go out on a limb here and say that it's probably Astral that has haunted the forest.
Yeah, that thought did cross my mind too. Yeah, they're probably not the actual trees itself. But you never know. It doesn't hurt to talk to them first. And they're
Or,
like,
Yeah.
or the forest grew over an ancient burial ground that was very important, and now it's haunted.
could be.
It could be.
I saw a play about that one.
So I am just throwing this out there. I am a little superstitious. What if the trees are in fact haunted and they do not care for you talking to them?
We
We'll
run.
fight trees.
I mean, that sounds like their problem. I don't know.
They can't chase us.
Right? I mean,
Probably.
maybe they can strangle us, though. Apparently, we're just
Oh.
gonna have to take our chances and find out.
They can protect us from actual ghosts, though.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that is a pleasant surprise.
My fists are not effective against ghosts, I don't think.
They
So-
are now, actually.
Yeah,
If they're
Oh,
magic,
actually,
aren't
now, yeah.
Now they
never
are.
mind. I forgot. I leveled up.
You've just never had to punch a ghost yet.
Right? Never come up before.
Never had the opportunity, so why would I know?
True.
But yeah, no, I am an ordained cleric, so I
Hey,
can
look at
disperse spirits.
we're much more better prepared than old farmer whoever who went into the woods. It's gonna be fine.
I just we just won't attack the trees,
No,
then we should hopefully be fine.
If they're
Right.
just plants, though, I can't do anything special about that, other than attack a tree.
attack a tree. We're gonna try not to attack any trees.
Well, I'll be following your lead. So, after you.
Okay.
I'm gonna start. I guess we're right on the edge of the forest.
Yeah, as you kind of start, you were walking and talking. Yeah, you kind of arrived to the edge of the forest, and there are some shady parts within it, but there's a little bit of glimmer of sunlight within.
All right. So before we enter, I'm gonna make sure my necklace is still there and be like, okay, hello, trees, can you hear me? Excuse me? Anyone there?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello, trees.
As everyone else just hears like creaking and groaning of branches and speak.
Not terrifying at all.
We'd like to come into the woods. Is that
Okay.
okay with you? Are you gonna hurt us?
I don't think I can.
Well, we heard about a guy who got strangled by trees. Was that, you know anything about that?
It wasn't me.
I point to the tree next to him. What about them?
Oh, we're just trees.
You're not like haunted or nothing, are you?
We have seen things. We don't know what they are.
What have you seen?
A couple of things.
Tell me.
Animals occasionally.
Yeah, like scary ones?
No.
Oh, okay. Just regular animals.
Yeah.
Like a big hamster, maybe.
Yeah, did you see a big hamster come through here?
Oh, he comes by here all the time.
Does he live in here?
I don't know.
What about a lady?
I don't know any ladies.
All right. Well, you're not gonna hurt us, though, are you?
There's a real big guy. He gets angry a lot.
An angry guy?
Yeah.
Big angry guy.
What does he look like?
Real big. Got a big horn on his head.
A horn?
He's huge.
Huge guy who gets angry. Oh no. Like,
It's-
I point to Oblate, like his size?
Oh, much bigger.
Much bigger. Oh no. Okay, well, watch out for that guy.
And there's little things in the shadows.
Things in the shadows?
They don't harm us.
What do they look like?
Real mean.
They look mean.
Like an animal or like a what?
Kinda. Like a what?
Like a what? Got it. All right. So what? Like all the shadows everywhere, or just like some of
Maybe.
them? Okay.
Are we hearing Ent speak back and forth, or does she sound normal to us?
That is a good
I
question.
was gonna ask the same thing too.
We're getting half the conversation. Where
I was
It's like a
imagining that you
telephone
were
call.
hearing half of the conversation, like a big guy with a horn.
And then you would just be hearing.
and then you just stand there, nod your
And I'm
head.
like, oh, you don't say. Oh.
Things in the shadows.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Every time she says something, I'm just looking terrified. Or at Oblate and Nathan like, things in the shadows. What?
All right, Trees, anything else you have to say about the woods and like the scary stuff we should look out for?
You could tell that guy over there to stop blocking my shade. Blocking my sun. Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. Thank you for your time. You've been very helpful.
Okay.
All right. Did you hear all that? Big guy, huge guy with a horn on his head, gets angry. There's things in the shadows. I don't know what things.
But the trees themselves are not
No,
bad
not
per se.
no, not the trace.
At least these trees.
Right.
At the edge of the forest.
Right.
I'm casting light.
Fair enough. It illuminates the ground ahead of you.
I mean, I'd probably do the
Haven't
same.
said it in a
just
while.
for Easy.
But I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Ooh.
It would still be active from previously if you had it already.
Okay. I continually like cast it. Like, just assume that I have it. I just want to make it vocally known.
I cast Mage Armor. Don't kill me.
Fair enough.
Please don't.
I cast regular armor.
I will ask you first.
That'd be nice.
All right. Tell me about how you guys are heading into this wood.
What
What sort of fashion? High fashion?
with purpose.
So I think we should avoid the shadowy areas as much as we possibly can.
Hard to do.
No shadow.
Like the
Shadows are-
Scooby-Doo gang checking out a haunted woods.
Okay,
Right.
fair enough. I'll say everyone give me a perception check. And as you're creeping along the woods,
I figure I could probably go first, since if there is actually any ghosty things, I'm the one best equipped to deal with them anyway.
I'll follow behind him.
The least likely to get hurt.
Well,
And like,
we can sandwich actually. I'll take up the rear and have Dr. Jellybean and Louise in the middle if they're okay with that.
I'm kind of hiding behind Dr. Jellybean a little bit. Kinda.
okay. All pretty good except for
The lead.
Athel's.
Coming.
There's still a little drink in me.
I would say you're starting to get sobered up at this point, but lingering effects, day drinking does it to us all. But kind of starting to head into these woods. Aethel wouldn't notice, but the rest of you would. There does seem to kind of be old moss-covered and grass-covered pathways. Occasionally you would see like pavers here and there that have been covered, and old cart tracks as well. But kind of leading, maybe following those, because lose sight of the animal tracks in here. You would occasionally hear the sound of creaking and groaning trees. And eventually, Oblate and Louise, not too far away, you hear this loud, like, thudding noise occasionally. Just kind of echoing through the trees.
What is that?
That's kind of concerning. Do you think it's the big guy with the horn?
Well, I hope so. I hope it's not the small things.
Yeah, you're right. Can we like feel any like tremors from it, or we just hear?
Just hear it. It's pretty faint at this point. But
Does it? Are we walking towards the sounds, or are we?
you would be walking towards it.
We are walking towards it.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Getting closer to the
Oh.
center of these woods.
And this is the path that the hamster trail's taking us.
I would say you lost the hamster trail as soon as you hit the woods.
Probably following the random pavers. I mean, I
The
don't know
pavers
that,
and like the
but-
wagon marks.
Yeah.
Because if those were visible, then they're followable. to see.
Right. We need some kind of something to follow.
Direction.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to be able to talk to these trees, would you? I just,
Okay. Yeah, I can talk to these trees. Hello, trees.
Okay.
Hello.
How many times a day can you cast it? Or you can just do it at will, I think. You can just talk to trees.
I didn't. Let me look at the item.
I
'cause
think
in
it's just you understand what trees what plants
Yeah,
speak.
in my mind, I can do it all day long, buddy.
I think that's
but
what it is.
Okay. Let me make sure. While wearing this charm, you have advantage on charisma checks made to interact with plants, and you can communicate with plant creatures as if you shared a common language.
Fair enough. So you say, what do you say?
Hello, trees.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, we're looking for a big hamster that came through here and a guy
Okay.
that was riding them. Have you seen him?
Seems quiet there for a moment. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
The tree just goes quiet.
No, come back, tree.
Oh, hey.
Did you hear what I said about the hamster and the guy?
Did I hear what you said about what?
The hamster and the guy.
I can't understand you.
That's not true. All right.
I understood that. Yeah, it's true. It seemed like you're almost about to say something. And it gets all blurry.
Okay. Wait, are you telling me, like, is my mic being bad?
No,
No,
No.
Okay. All right. Just want
You're
to make
good.
sure that
you're good.
that you weren't, like, saying that I need to fix my mic.
No, you
Oh.
sound great.
All right. Okay. Are you a nice tree? You're not gonna hurt us or nothing, are you?
I think I'm a nice tree.
Oh, okay. Have you seen it? Have you seen the big guy with the horn?
Have I seen a what?
Big guy with a horn on his head.
Are you having a hard time finishing a sentence?
This tree can't understand what I'm saying. I wonder if is my charm not working?
Is
Kind
it
of
your
like
dialect? Is it his dialect? Who
I don't
knows?
know. Do I know enough about this magic to know why I can't?
Give me an insight check.
Is he fucking with me? Is he saying
Insight the
like,
tree.
Yeah.
you know, I don't speak English? What did you say?
Insight.
insight?
Yes. Vibe check that tree. Weird. You're speaking perfectly plain, but the tree can't understand you. You don't know.
This tree can't understand me.
What did the tree say?
Not much. He said he can't understand me.
That's weird.
I know. I think he's lying though. Well, maybe not.
Does
Maybe
your
he can't understand me.
amulet only work to some trees?
I don't know, but I don't know enough about this charm to know how it works exactly.
I don't know.
I guess we keep walking. I'll ask some other trees later.
How much louder is the thudding getting?
You guys stopped, so it's just occasionally too. It's like every couple of minutes you just hear this kind of loud, or loud thud in the distance. But, yep. You
Does
guys
the thud sound like something is like falling, or like something is like making just contact with something else?
making contact with something else.
Okay.
But you guys continue on this path.
We'll continue for a little bit.
All right.
Are there any bushes?
Yeah.
Can I talk to a bush real quick?
Sure. What do you say?
All right. Hey bush. Hey bush. You seen a guy come through here on a hamster?
Give me a persuasion check.
Disadvantage.
Wow. No response from the bush.
Nobody can understand me around here. Charm isn't working at all.
We can go back to that bird lady and get her money back on that one.
Yes,
Ripped off.
I think you have a faulty product there.
Jeez.
Maybe there's some kind of magical interference here in the woods.
Could be. Alright, let's keep going, I guess.
All right. Continuing down this path for a little ways, occasionally losing it for a second just because of the overgrown like vines and roots and general grass and moss covering it. But maybe about like 15 or 20 or so minutes, reigniting your... Actually, your lights wouldn't have to be reignited yet. You've probably been in here about 40 or 50 or so minutes just wandering through these woods, and they seem like perfectly fine woods, just this occasional thudding that you would hear getting louder as you're continuing on this path. And eventually, you would come to a rather tall hill. It almost seems like it's in a clearing, but the trees kind of still dot this hill occasionally, as it seems to kind of rise up in the middle of these woods. And you can see it is dotted with ruined stone buildings, stone and metal buildings, overgrown with vines and other sort of growths. Trees also dotting there as well. And it seems to be rather steep on some portions, and you can actually notice around the edges of several of these like plateaus seem to be lined with a little bit of thorns and almost like spike growths on the edges of these space here. But at the bottom of this hill, there does seem to be a ruined building partially covered by a half-collapsed roof. Looks like has a raised area to kind of go up a little bit of this hill. And you can even see there's plateaus that kind of go around the hill about maybe 40 or so feet up. And goes even higher beyond that. It is a pretty steep hill, almost like a mini mountain.
Is it wooded up there as well?
Not severely. It does look
Lush
to be covered in more vines and bushes, smaller plants.
But you said there's a collapsed building or partially collapsed building?
There's actually several. There's one near the base of this. That's where the path kind of leads to around that area. You would see a old, broken, and knocked over cart, some old, rotten, ripped open bags of some sort of edible thing.
Do we want to check these buildings?
Yeah, we probably should.
And
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it's kind of weird that all these paths and these buildings are here, especially if that farmer said that these just popped up.
Yeah, I'm curious as to who was living here or doing whatever here. I mean,
Well, didn't he say something about facilities and dwarves? So could this be one of
Said
those?
there was a mine of some kind around here.
Well,
Or a quarry. Something.
mm-hmm.
I could use this new hat to check out maybe one or two of the buildings.
I could also use this new hat to check out a couple buildings.
Well, I mean, this is the magical hat that, I can make a familiar with. I mean,
I was just gonna walk in to one of the buildings
Just wearing a hat. Here he is.
with my new hat.
That allows me to walk into buildings.
It
I am
doesn't
I am the
actually.
dragon.
It actually provides no benefit other than kind of protecting this part of my head,
You're not gonna get sunburns up there, that's for sure.
which is important when there's always the sun.
You know,
Skin
skincare is
protection.
very important. Yeah, let's
It's
go
made
check
of
out-
paper also.
Yes, also it's like a paper hat.
Yeah.
It's
Kind
a
of like
BK crown.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
It's a BK crown with wings.
And so I'm gonna bring you guys to a map. Some of you might have Did do a map stream yesterday. Kind of reimagining
Yes.
this.
Uh-oh, is it this one? Is it that one?
So just
I mean,
don't
it's
use
not the one
that
with the chickens, is
knowledge.
it?
It is not the one with
I
chickens.
missed it, so
Yeah,
Well,
it was
good.
Yesterday.
So this is the building that is, the front half has been kind of collapsed and ripped open. You know, we'll bring our viewers to the map, why not? But this, see, there's a little bit of a doorway collapse, and you can see there's interior, which has been overgrown. Off to the side down here is where you would have seen like a broken cart.
Was this like a fire pit or something?
Looks like a old broken brazier.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Does it look like the coal has been used recently at all?
Give me a investigation check. Nature, your call.
They're both pretty meh for me, but we'll do investigation. Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Alright, I've got a secondary way to tell. Put my hand in them. Are they hot?
It's cold. As you kind of reach your hand down to feel, you feel that cold coming from it. You hear a loud crash come from up on the hill, somewhere around there.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I'm definitely pulling a dove out of my hat and throwing it into the air.
Okay.
It's a goose.
And you just throw it into the air?
Throw it into the air and it just kind of like launches up, then flutters once it like reaches like the pinnacle height.
As it goes and flutters up, as it starts to crest the top, you just see a puff of feathers.
That is not good.
What happened to your bird?
I have no idea.
That was your familiar? That was...
It was
Wow.
my familiar.
Wow.
It lasted
We
maybe
wouldn't
think
maybe
it
like
was.
15 seconds or so.
I do not like this place.
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna go
no.
in here.
Oh, I don't know if that is a good idea.
He's going in. The dragon is going in.
And then he'll lean down and knock on this door.
It sounds kind of, you hear a thud as you knock on it. It's thick. It's against the ground there. Old paver, like the stone floor that it's on, kind of reverberates a little bit. You can even see this ruin down here even has a tree in the corner of it, kind of growing out of it.
Yeah.
And through the roof. But entering in, you could see the flipped over table, everything in here ruined, bench at the back, and you would see what looks to be a staircase going up.
I found some stairs.
I'm gonna try to talk to these plants in here, see if any of them have seen anything. Maybe they can understand me. So I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna talk to the grass right here. Maybe the
Okay.
grass is nice. All right. Excuse me, grass. Hello?
Hello.
Has anybody been in here recently?
Define anybody.
Like a person or an animal?
Sometimes people come. Sometimes people go.
When was the last time you saw a person come in here?
Give me a persuasion check.
Better be good this time.
Just a moment ago, there was this, you had steel boot on.
A moment
Sure.
ago. Just a moment ago. That's
The
pretty good.
nat 20.
Tell me everything you know.
Yeah, he's right there. The,
No,
the
not
grass
that
kind of
guy.
waves.
No.
Before
not
that guy.
him. A different guy. Anybody else. Not us. Not me. Not any of these guys.
Oh, the big guy.
Yeah, okay. Tell us about the big guy. Yeah.
So he comes and goes sometimes.
Is he in here right now?
He rode his little hamster that likes to eat us. Jumped on up.
So he came through here and he came and he jumped up here?
Yes, this is what I said.
I'm just making sure I understand what you're saying, okay?
It is so odd that
Active listening.
you speak to me.
Oh, I guess
Sure.
people don't normally talk to you, huh?
It's been a while.
Oh, well, nice to meet you. Hello. And I'll like lean down and like shake a little blade.
Oh, be careful, you'll rip it real easy.
I'm sorry. I'll be gentle. Hey, tell us more about this place in here. What is this? What goes on in here?
It used to be really dirty. Now it's still dirty, but less people.
What did the people do? Who used to be here?
How much would grass know?
Yeah, they don't get to go
Uh,
anywhere.
They walked
They would know
over me.
all-
They just step on me all the time. Now without them stepping, I can grow. Big,
That's
tall,
pretty good.
strong.
Nice. How nice for you. Okay. So
I
the
like
hamster
it.
guy I'm happy for you. The hamster guy came through here. Like how long ago?
Oh, like maybe a little bit ago. I don't know how to
little
tell
bit of-
time because I'm just grass. And it's
Right.
always light. So, clock is what?
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, thank you, Mr. Grass.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mrs. All right,
Don't
goodbye.
step on me, please.
Don't step on the grass, anybody. Nowhere. Don't step on it.
It's
Uh,
everywhere.
Like any of the grass,
Any of
or
the grass, anywhere.
huh.
Yeah, Kelly came through here not long ago. And the grass said the big guy comes and goes.
I'm very concerned about this big guy.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
Wonder
hopefully
if
we can
he's
see him
friends with
coming
Kelly.
before he gets here.
There are stairs over here. They don't seem to have grass on them. Can I go up those?
Yes.
Step on the.
As you clamber on over the ruins, you can see the stairs go up to another level of this hill. However, the center of them appears to be broken. So there's like a good 15 or so foot gap between there. Like right in the middle of the stairs, they've just collapsed onto the hill.
Does it look like there's anything like under the stairs where that collapse was, or is it just like the foundation crumbled?
It seems like the foundation just crumbled.
Hmm. Well, I can get over pretty easy. But
What's everyone else? What's Oblate and Aethel doing? Or Oblate and Aethel. Oblate and Louise doing? There, I didn't confuse you with Oblate this time, Aethel. He's Louise. What's Oblate and Louise doing?
I'm just kind of like keeping my head on a swivel, like still kind of feel like we're in haunted woods. Still kind of very concerned about the big guy with the horn. But now I'm just kind of walking around like the floor is lava as I'm trying not to like step on the grass.
Fair enough.
I kind of want to check up here, see if there's any. I'm assuming the stairs are here. I can't really tell. But
Yeah, that's where Aethel's kind of pointing. As you
Kinda
look
wanna
through,
check that up
the
here.
building kind of collapses on the side, and you can see further along the hill northward. But it does, but it's pretty steep up there.
Okay. I can't really see much. It's all pretty much black.
Yep, that would be about 40 or so feet up.
So that's not something that we would be able to climb. We would have to.
You can certainly try.
You can always try. Aethel, you said the stairs are kind of collapsed. Do you think we could still get over them?
they're pretty collapsed. Just kind of go. How deep down does this look? Like if I were to just walk.
15, 20 feet.
Just,
They're
20
pretty
feet from
steep
here
steps,
to here,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's like
tall.
a 15-foot across, but it's also like 15 feet up.
About.
Yeah. Maybe more. Maybe it's further up than it is across. Like we'll say like 12 feet across and like 17 feet up. There's steep steps.
Sure. Do we have any rope or anything?
I've got a little bit of rope.
I have no rope.
Do not have rope.
Because
Probably not enough rope.
I mean, we just need to be like 15-ish feet of rope. We just need a little bit of rope and something to tie it to up the top.
I don't know how long this rope is. It just weighs 10 pounds.
50 feet.
Then it's a 50-foot rope.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 50 feet of rope.
That might work. I could lift you up there, and you could see if there's something to tie to it.
Lift me up with your big, strong arms. All right.
And the rest of me.
Get to lifting.
Alright, I'm gonna basically help him get up here.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to make a check or not.
Nah, give me... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do. Give me a athletics check.
Done.
As you try and lift Oblate up and just try and stretch him across. With a 20, yeah, you stretch him across.
That was pretty easy.
Easy enough.
Yeah, you're pretty light.
No armor too, so that helps. Do you want me to roll an investigation or a perception to find something to tie this rope to? Or
I would say in the immediate area, there's nothing.
I'm gonna walk up here a little bit just to see if I can see if there's any like large objects like a rock or something that I can.
Yeah, as you kind of look around up there, a little bit brighter on the hillside, you would see another broken brazier, several bushes, and you can actually get a closer view at the edges of the hilltop here, or the hill ledge here, as the pathway seems to kind of go around to a building to the north and a little bit lower to a building to the southwest. The building to the, or southeast, as the building to the southeast looks quite collapsed, but still has looks like to be a serviceable door right on the edge of this steeper cliff going up about 40 or 45 feet. You would notice several braziers, some of them slightly intact, some less intact than others, and some bushes.
Would this brazier here be? I mean, would it be heavy enough to secure the rope to?
I would say with the using good old pulley system like around the area keeps it a little more taut and less pressure on the brazier itself. They're definitely pretty well implanted into the ground as well.
Okay, I'll walk over and I will attach the rope here and stretch it around sort of the banister.
All right.
And then I'll toss it over to Ethel.
As you toss it over to Ethel, you would see what looks to be a scissor-like pair of claws come up from the gap and just snip that rope.
Well, that's rude.
No.
As it just disappears into the shadows. You hear this light laughter, this kind of snicker from below.
You just ruined my rope, you asshole.
What was that?
Sorry.
Do we need to go down there? It's 15 feet down.
I don't want to know what's down
It can't
there.
really be that deep because, like, how, the triangle has to work.
Yeah.
Got long
Right.
arms, or is that thing like super tall?
You
Can I
just
just,
saw
like-
it appear out of the shadows for just a brief moment. Clip it.
It's a shadow creature.
Can I just
Yeah.
Probably learned
I
about
light to a rock and throw it down the pit to see if we can see anything?
It might scare
Yeah.
it off
What?
because it's light.
But then we will. I mean, otherwise, we're not gonna know what we're working with here.
Sure. I mean, I can also cast light, so we have light to still like see. Or
I can always like just cast light again.
yeah, just like okay, cool. There's nothing light for myself again.
All right. So you cast light and throw a rock down. Cast light on a rock and throw it down.
Yes.
All right.
Comes flying back
I'll
up.
say Aethel and Oblate because you guys are standing there. Give me a perception check to see what you see.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
I'm starting to feel better.
You would both catch the image of a shadowy figure below, about the size of Louise or Dr. Jellybean. Almost insectoid, but has like a dark, muddy green complexion to it. You just see the little bit of its carapace as it scampers back into the darkness in a different direction,
Like away from the light.
away from the light.
Does it look like there's somewhere for it to go? Like it went like it's like a tunnel?
You can see kind of openings on
Right.
either side of the underneath the stairs
Of
to
where
go
the
out.
foundation is.
Yeah.
Did you see anything?
Some kind of burrowing insect thing. About 3.5 feet.
About your size.
Oh no!
It's slightly terrifying.
It was green.
Like a
And
big
shadow.
bug? Oh no!
Anyway, I can toss you guys over this.
I think that would be the easiest option, and then we can maybe. Did that rope fall in the hole, or is it? Was it?
I would say you now have two 25-foot lengths of rope.
Okay, I mean we can tie it back together, and I mean
I have a 40-foot length of rope.
And how long is this? Let me.
45-ish.
Yeah,
foot.
yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, unless we're doing knotted, right? And then in which case we're losing like
True.
actual length, but just like a single.
And look, we only need what 35.
Yeah, it's enough.
We got enough.
It'll be
Barely an inconvenience.
Barely.
mildly annoying.
Yep. We'll say easy enough to do if you attach your
'Cause I could
rope
just
and toss it
like
over.
I could just drop in here now that we've scared the thing away. How much deeper is it from here to basically?
About 10 feet or so. Well, about 10 feet deeper, so that'd be a 25-foot climb. So you could do
Okay.
it.
So I want to, I guess basically, if I toss the rope back for him to tie, he can throw it back to me, and then I can just like hold it taut so these two can climb across, and then I'll go down into the hole and climb up.
Easy enough to
traditional
do. I will say no check necessary for you guys to climb up in this lit space here.
So they don't have to fight the insect man.
Yeah.
Only I might have to fight the insect
Who
man.
is nowhere to be seen at the moment.
He's afraid of my shiny shield
Very much so.
since it has light on it. Alright, so it sounds like we're all getting over here.
We'll say as you all kind of make your way across to the other side up these stairs, climbing with your slightly shortened rope tied together. You can see this pathway proper, again, going down to a ruined building down here, and a very much less ruined building over there. You can see at the edge of this cliff up here, about 40-45 feet up, is another building that just has some vines covering it, but doesn't look quite as crumbled from here. Similar to the building up north.
Well, should I try to find out which way he went?
We could just look, right? Or listen for it. because we're probably going to run into one of the two of them with the thudding.
You want to give me a
True.
perception check?
Sure.
As you get a keen ear out.
While she's doing that, I'm definitely like picking up a stick and casting light on it again.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to do a perception check?
Whoever's looking.
Sure.
I was gonna talk to the plants. That's my perception.
Yeah, Aethel, you kind of look around. It's you're not used to this natural stuff.
I'm focused on the light.
Shadows kind of seem to move around on their own here. It's odd.
Those are probably just the bugmen.
But debating which way to go. This will be a good spot for us to take a little 5-10 minute break. As you guys have... You have a destination, you're just not sure about the destination.
We have a few options.
Right. We have a
So-
goal in mind.
You have a goal in mind. Very goal-oriented.
Mm-hmm.
To talk to plants.
And talk to
Mhm.
plants.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, is just to talk to
Plants.
plants.
Many plants.
If that's your goal, success.
Good night, success.
Yeah, why was the grass Eastern European?
Why not? I don't know. But they all gonna sound the same?
Maybe. They're all probably from the same family.
Nah, they're different. They're different, man. You don't know. But yeah, we'll pick up there here in a few minutes, folks. So stick around. We'll be
Sounds
back.
good.
See you in a few.
Alrighty.
Alright, folks. We are back into it. And last we left off, our crew headed into some woods after a supposed terrorist, Kelly, and their large hamster mount. Making your way, you found some, looked to be ruins around a hill. Old metal and stone ruins, a lot of it covered and overgrown. Getting a little bit of trouble going up some collapsed stairs, but you made it up, at least partially, to this pathway that leads up the hill. And that's where we're going to pick up. You guys had just come up the stairs after the rope having been snipped by some insectoid-like creature, repairing it, and continuing to climb on after scaring away the creature. You have a building to your southwest, which is a little bit downhill at the side of this hill going upward. And the path does continue northward to a more substantial building. What are you up to?
Perhaps we should check out that building over there.
The one up there? I'll
Uh,
point to the upward one.
As there is a building at the edge of the cliff directly up about 45 or so feet.
I'm gonna say like this one over here.
The one down there?
Sure. That's fine with me.
All right, now let's head over.
All right. Heading over to this partially collapsed building. The roof is still intact mostly. It partially collapsed roof. But still there. The door still seems serviceable. Strong steel reinforced wooden door at the front of it.
Louise, you going in first?
As I'm like holding the doorknob, just like not wanting to go.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
And I'm going to like quickly open it up like a crack and like throw the stick that I cast light on in the door.
You just open it a crack and throw the stick and you shut it, or you just throw it in?
No, then I open it again, like
Okay.
fully. Like haha.
Fair enough. As you open the door, I'm going to represent your stick. You can see now a well-lit area and you can even see the glass at the front of the door, as this was probably a very darkened room previously. You can also see what looks to be at the edge some sort of vent that has some steam kind of coming out of it, just very lightly. Maybe not steam, but a little bit of a cloud coming out of it, kind of filling the area here. Bookshelves, or shelves of some sort, and old broken crates and mildewed kind of sacks of flour, or actually no, these are spilled concrete that is hardened. But
I'll start walking in.
We'll say the other thing you would notice before you walk in. You would notice 3 semi-insectoid standing on their hind leg creatures cowering in the corners, just kind of almost like they're lurking in wait, and kind of like see their eyes kind of squint as the light hits them. Large mandibles kind of covering, like 2 sets of mandibles covering their faces. Squinty, very devilish looking eyes as well are lurking in the corners, and they immediately lunge.
Oh. No.
And we're going to roll some initiative.
I knew it! I knew they'd be here! Oh no!
So if everyone will roll some initiative, please. Do we want Freddy's Menagerie or Misuse?
Oh.
Misuse.
Choices.
Let's hear some misuse. Let's go.
As I don't remember what's what, so Misuse could be really bad.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find
Could
out.
be really good.
Something. It's something.
Sounds buggy.
It's kind of buggy. It'll amp up here in a second. But with our fancy pantsy initiative, these little creatures are going first because they rolled a nat freaking 20. So
Couldn't be me.
immediately, as I'm going to stand up here, we're going to get that going. Gotta remember to use your standing desk if you got one.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Right. So these three creatures with large clipper clapper kind of claws are going to. Is there everybody's Kate? Why aren't you standing?
I stand.
You can't be the only one sitting
The
down at a
program.
meeting.
Yeah, get with the program. The first two kind of lunge towards Luis. Or the first one will lunge towards Luis and try and claw out at him. Getting a 19 to hit.
They'll do it.
As I will need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
As you take 4 points of slashing damage.
11.
That just makes it.
Ooh.
As you feel where it slashes out at you with its claws just go numb for a brief moment. The other two, this guy will lunge for the light and toss it down a vent as it disappears. As that's going to be his action. He'll run it over and drop it down, actually. He's not going to toss it. He's going to run it down. As the other one just kind of backs away into the corner and disappears. Meanwhile, from behind the bushes, Oblate, one of these things claws out at you, getting a 17 to hit.
Oh, that's rude. That is my AC, so it hits.
As you take 8 points of slashing damage, and I need a Constitution save.
1 second. I'm gonna use my reaction to deflect that attack.
Okay.
So 1d10 plus dexterity modifier
Plus
monk
level, so plus 10. Yeah, as it claws into you, you instinctually just kind of slip it to the side as it kind of it maybe tears into your hand wraps at the moment. And so I will not need a Constitution save. Another one appears out of the grass there and is going to claw out at Dr. Jellybean. Getting a 17 to hit as well.
That'll hit.
And I will need a Constitution saving throw. As you take 7 points of slashing damage. As you kind of shrug off the numb feeling that they're trying to claw at you with.
No! Ugh, gross.
It's weird these things are out of the shadows, but
That will take us to Aethel.
I'll step here, and I'll attack this one. Or I guess I don't have to move to it. I've got magic spells.
You've got magic. Yeah, it took a little turn there.
We'll just
Digging it.
bowl.
Oh, okay. Toll the dead on this guy?
Yeah, we'll do this one.
Alright.
Assume not taking damage yet.
He has not. He did roll a nat 1, though.
Take all 9, nerd, unless you're resistant.
He's inspired
me.
now. He will take 9 points of damage. Or it will.
Got him.
Anything else for Aethel?
I will. Yeah, nothing else at this time.
Alright, which I forgot something. But it makes sense that Aether wouldn't notice it. Louise, start of your turn. I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Driven
Oh, that
mad.
was... It's the same.
You see this thing kind of lingering and almost sticking shadows around its feet, just kind of swirling out as you are like, that's weird. It doesn't affect you.
Ah, I do not like these things. Everybody to your stations.
So I start playing my horn and doing my bardic thing.
Everybody move around.
Everybody can move. if they
Mantle
want
of
to.
Inspiration. Let's see that Bardic Inspiration die. Hey!
14.
Everyone gets
Let's
14 temporary hit
Nice.
points. That is
Love it.
nice.
Love to see it. All
And
right,
then you guys can move if you want to move.
I'm moving.
And then I am going to...
Just be careful not to go down the hill.
So this is up the hill. This
I ran up the hill.
This is essentially an area you can't run up.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Running up that
Just coming
hill.
this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Going up that hill.
I'll stand over here.
Okay.
Well, now I'm closer to the other guy. I'm just gonna stay where I was.
You
So if
could
you wanna move,
you could move over there.
yeah, like you can move up.
Then it. Okay. I mean, I guess so. This way.
Unfortunately, the spot to stop these two is currently occupied, so I can't move there.
Yep.
Then after I cast a mirror image, I'm going to use
Oh.
Beguiling Magic
Okay.
to make the one in front of me afraid of me as it sees
Here, I guess.
multiple swirling Louises.
Seems to have no effect on it.
Oh. One of these days the speech will work on something.
I'm just gonna have to start picking things that don't seem like animals.
That's
Right.
that's their shtick. They do the fear thing.
All right. That, and I'll draw my sword. My
All
mocking
right.
blade,
Your
and that'll
mocking
be my turn.
blade. Taking us to Dr. Jellybean as you swerve out of the shadows. What are you up to?
Let's see if fire will do anything to these creatures. I'm going to go for this guy here.
Okay.
Firebolt. See what happens.
27 will absolutely hit. As you launch a firebolt for 16 points of fire damage, just kind of burns it on its backside as it's kind of in the moment of harrying Oblate. It didn't like that. Kind
Didn't like it,
of
got
hisses
it.
and chitters.
Noted. Did not like it. That'll be it for me.
All right. That will take us to Oblate. Oblate, I need a wisdom save at the start of your turn.
I don't wanna.
As these shadows kind of lurch around, you have the frightened condition. As you don't know what's up with these creatures and how the shadows are moving about, but it is affecting you in some type of way that your body's just kind of shaking in fear.
Sorry, so if frightened, I can't move towards them, but and
You
I'm
can't,
assuming
yeah,
my
yeah, and you're already there, but everything you do will be at
is that
disadvantage,
disadvantage.
unfortunately.
Well then, I'm gonna do stuff anyway because I ain't got a choice. Let me change that to disadvantage. One second while I check something. All right, I'm going to do an unarmed strike against this guy.
All right, just popping
Yep, just gonna do an unarmed strike on him.
at disadvantage.
Is it 19?
Still hitting, yeah.
I might be
As
scared.
you crunch into the exoskeleton of the carapace of this
And,
insectoid-like creature.
And I use that with force damage.
Okay. Crunching into its side. Just kind of tries to back away from you, just readying itself to leap onto you.
And then I will follow up with a Biden attack.
Alright. '21 will also hit
Nice.
as your... Yeah, you're not scared of no bugs.
Scared no bugs. What you doing? Man, I wish I'd remembered to do that at the beginning of this, but I did not. Oh well. Roll some regular damage on him.
Yeah, as you smash your Biden into him, it just kind of decapitates this one as its head goes rolling. Little splatter of bug juices all on the ground there.
And then I'm gonna bonus action kick this guy.
Alright, kick him at disadvantage. As, even with your lowest roll, 15 just hits.
Got him.
As you kick him for 6 points of damage. Just kind of gets knocked into the side of the hill there.
Take all that, you bastards.
Anything else for Oblate?
That'll be it.
Alright, that will take us to their turn. We gotta measure one thing. Yeah. So, Louise can't really see in there very well. See some shadows moving within. As creature appears kind of down here, clambering up to the side towards Louise. And another one appears up here and runs towards Dr. Jellybean.
The full-on infestation.
So we're going to start with the Dr. Jellybean one. Luckily, they weren't hidden. They just teleported to shadowy areas before they had to run. So Dr. Jellybean got a 19 to hit.
Yep.
I will need a Constitution save. As you take 10 points of slashing damage. And it's starting to get numb and cold everywhere it slashes. This one here, gonna jump on Oblate because frightened. Getting a 21 to hit, as it just kind of leaps at you.
Man. I will use my reaction
Try and deflect it.
to deflect the attack. Because
Alright.
I was hoping to use Agile Parry, but of course, it only had 2, which I was 1 under.
Even if you
So-
roll a 1, you're gonna deflect all of it. Rolled bad
Okay.
damage. These guys aren't the most damaging. Yeah, you deflect 15 points of
Shit it out.
damage as you just kind of shove the claw to the side, even as you're... If you're frightened, can you use reactions like normal? I think so, right? Yeah. Yeah, just kind of in a worried state, just kind of pushing it to the side. These two here will try to claw out at Louise. Getting a 15 and a 10.
The 15 hits, but I do have my
Roll a d20.
Mirage.
Need to roll like above a 5. Yeah.
Natural 20.
As one of your mirages is just kind of poofed. They kind of hiss at the deception and try to lunge towards you again, but... That will end their turn. Taking us to Aethel. Aethel, start of your turn, your wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Okay.
Yes, please. Yeah, you're not scared of bugs. Let's do it.
Is this the one that I bopped earlier with magic?
Yes. And then Oblate bopped it with his foot.
I'll toll that one.
And this one does seem to be having a hard time so close to you shedding light. Oof. Got a 13. As it just crumples, you hear the cracking of its exoskeleton just crumpling in. Juices start to flow out of the chitinous body as it just slumps down right next to you, Oblate. You're no longer frightened. Anything else for Aethel?
I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and then I think that's it.
All right. Moving up, bringing the light to this creature as it kind of cowers in the light. It will take us to Louise. I need a wisdom save at the start of your turn.
As I'm taking a few step backs. Woo! Maybe still good.
You are still good.
Okay. I'm shaking my mocking blade like a flashlight and casting light on it.
Okay. As they don't like that one bit.
Stay back! Stay back!
They do kind of cower a little bit.
You frightened little insects! As I is that a? That's not a bonus action. That's an action. Never mind. Yeah, that'll be my turn. As I don't really want to
All right.
move away just now.
That will take us to Dr. Jellybean.
All right.
I need a wisdom save at the start of your turn.
Oh, no.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
A little hurt, but yeah, they're your size at least. They're not that much bigger.
Yeah. All right. You see me go feral for a moment. And he's gonna get the claws.
All right. He's been giving you the claws. You're giving him the claw right back.
Yeah, and I hiss at him.
17 will hit.
All right. And I'm gonna use my biomantic nature, and I'm gonna roll a d4.
Okay. As it will
Okay,
have
1.
-1 to its AC and attack rolls for the next. It's a cantrip, so it'd be one turn.
Right.
As what does this look like? It's just a more serious claw.
Yeah. What does it look like? You kind of see him
It's saving
like,
throws, not
kinda-
attacks. No, you're good. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. You kind of see where I slashed him. It kind of glows for a second. And then he's like, he's a bug, so he can't talk, but he's like, oh no.
I mean, yeah, you.
Right? And then
Yeah.
like a flash. And then it's like,
He's
I
been
feel
marked.
worse than I should.
All right. You see his exoskeleton soften.
Yeah, a little bit. By 1.
By 1. Anything else for Dr. Jellybean? Hey, 1's not nothing.
That'll be it for me.
All right, that will take us to Oblate.
I'm going to look to Louise and run down and get to smacking.
Get to smacking.
Opening attack's gonna be an unarmed strike on this guy. I'm just gonna So these guys are about Louise's height.
Yeah.
I can punch him. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just-
I'm just gonna go for a gut shot on him.
Never hit a little kid before? It's just like that.
Fortunately not.
A 17 will hit. We don't hit children.
Please don't hit.
That'll be
Please
a
don't hit
We're
force damage on that
against.
one.
We're against.
We're
that.
against that.
What if they're
For
psycho children?
well, then just put him in a chokehold, but don't hit him. As you punch down into it, just kind of scrunches into its face a little bit, pushing its mandibles a little inward.
And then I'll follow up that attack with a another bite slash.
All right. 20 will hit.
And I'm going to use one of my key... do I want to use a key point? Yeah, I'll use a key point. Why not?
Stunning.
Trying to decide whether I want to do a stunning strike or a death strike.
Oh.
Do a death strike.
Okay. Guaranteed damage. No save either. For 16 points of damage, as you just kind of use your bite into it, just kind of pin it to that broken wall there, as it collapses.
Oh.
Just kind of,
And
as you
then-
pin it up, it just kind of goes limp as you squelch into its chitin.
And then I'll stomp on its dead body and pick the other one. And then
Alright.
go away.
I will say I'm gonna give him +2 to his AC just from circumstantial bonus. Around the ledge there. That doesn't matter to you, as you just kind of reach around and punch him for 11.
Take that. Kick down the doorway too. Yeah, hide for me.
Fair enough. Anything else for Oblate?
That'll be it for me.
That's gonna take us to these guys. He's gonna disengage and run into the shadows and disappear. As he just kind of becomes the shadows for this brief moment. This guy down here is going to do the same. Run into the shadow of this tree, disengaging. And you see him just kind of he just kind of steps into the tree. As they've run away. Kind of hard to give chase. We'll hop out of combat there.
Well, those things were disgusting.
He's very creepy. As I'm just kind of like pointing my sword in like every direction.
It's bright.
Can I examine one of the creatures?
Yeah, 3 of their bodies are lying around the space here.
I'd like to study this one.
Give me a nature check. With
Not
a
bad.
20. Kind of looking at it, it's not natural. Or at least, not natural to the prime material. These are creatures that are known as meanlocks.
Mean locks?
Meanlocks. They often stick to the shadows. Like a scary bedtime story. They're actually native to the Fae.
No, these are fake creatures. What are they doing here? Weird. They don't belong here. Somebody brought them here or something, maybe.
This is becoming weirder and weirder.
That I can
Bet it
agree
was-
on.
Bet it was Estra.
You can dabble in like fake creatures.
I mean, she's making these monstrosities. I don't know what she's capable of.
And you would know that their claws have paralytic properties.
Can we cut off some claws?
You can certainly try.
Would I paralyze myself if I cut off their claws?
It would just be a survival check. There's no danger of you cutting yourself on
Alright.
them.
I want to try to cut off some of these claws.
Give me a survival check.
All right, it's not gonna go
'Cause
well.
there's six
but,
possible claws to cut off.
Give it a try.
Hey, with a 5.
Yep.
You would like you go to kind of try and cut off one, and you accidentally kind of break all the claws, and it just kind of crumbles. You go to the next one, and you try and rip it off, and it just slips out of your hand and goes tumbling into the woods somewhere.
Would you like me to try?
Yeah, I was never really good at the dissecting part, and yeah.
I would say these two
Yeah. it's just
bodies
the one
are
left.
wasted. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll try with my number.
All right. Getting a 16. Yeah, you retrieve one of the claws. The other one seems too broken from battle, but yeah, you get one a small person-sized claw.
Does it seem like that would deliver that paralytic thing? Because I assume it's some kind of venom or something.
It is actually not in the venom.
Interesting.
It is in the claw itself. The way you can see, it has little odd spikes, like almost like hairs within, that just kind of hit nerve endings, essentially.
Interesting.
I don't know. That could be useful.
There you go, Dr. Jellybean.
Oh, thanks. Got a claw.
Got a claw.
You
Got a
wanted one,
claw. I'm gonna tuck it into my belt.
and then not be able to feel your leg.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Some problems.
But yeah.
Problems.
Louise and Oblate, what are you two doing while they're messing with the claws? This will take a few minutes to do that.
I'm just like slowly moving into this building with like the sword out,
There's-
shining light wherever I can.
You can see there's plenty of broken glass at the front of here. But as you kind of take a couple steps forward, avoiding that broken glass, you hear that same thunderous pound. Feels like it's maybe like 5-10 feet away. And you can feel it as something does sound like it's quaking a little bit.
Louise kind of lets out like a little yelp and jumps like.
I'll run in behind him, just so he's not alone in there.
You would hear a grunt from above after the pounding. You hear that loud crashing noise, and then you would hear a "Urgh."
Above us.
I think it's the big guy.
I hope he's not as angry as the tree said he is.
I'm going to try and not make too much noise while checking out the rest of this building.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
Ugh, 11.
Feel like you're being sneaky. But yeah, as you look around here, and there's this odd vent that juts up about maybe 6 or so inches out of the ground, just emanating this kind of odd. It's not smoke. It's not steam. There is a semblance of warmth to it. Or maybe it's cold. Your senses are kind of weird around it. But aside from that, in here you would notice like some broken shelving, Looks like a broken chest as well.
Poking around, do I see anything inside, around?
Give me an investigation check.
A 12.
Nothing really sticks out to you as you're kind of looking about. This vent is really like the only feature in here that's you're not sure about. Everything looks like it's kind of like definitely been overtaken by nature.
So I finish poking around with my sword. I just turn to Oblate and just give him like a shrug.
Give me a wisdom
Look back.
save.
Uh-oh.
No, he's frightened.
A 12.
Being in this place scares the shit out of you. Like, as you're starting to poke around, like, nothing big, and then you're like, something isn't right.
We should go. We should go. Let's get out of here. Come on. Let's go.
And as you say, let's get out of here, Louise, you just hear this odd skittering noises in the corners of this building. You can see them in the shadows of your light as you're poking it around, and it's just like they're all encompassing the entirety of this space here.
Adds a little skip to my pace as I just kind of jump out the door.
I will follow in suit and slam the door shut.
All right.
Well, not slam the
You know
door
what?
shut. I'll close it quickly.
Let's,
I did not like
what's
it in there.
What'd you see in there?
Hey, I don't know. It's. I feel like every corner of that room is bad juju.
He's got the heebie-jeebies.
Are you?
Exactly.
Did you hit your head, Louise? Are you okay?
That place is probably crawling with these little things.
Does
Would you like
Louise
to-
seem like visibly upset? Like, I don't know. Is he like super?
Yeah. I would say it's visible.
Is he freaking out, man?
I don't know. Is Louise freaking out?
I just do not want to go in there. As long as I am away from that room, I am okay.
I'm gonna say, oh, Blake, what was in there that was so bad?
I mean, I don't know exactly what he was seeing, but he was looking up at the ceiling with the light, and the shadows were playing around, but not too sure. It is weird in there. I don't want to go back in either. I'm worried knowing that I have to go into this other room, this other building at the top of this path, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Also, did you guys hear and feel that thud just a couple of minutes ago?
It was
Would we
pretty
have-
loud.
Would we have heard it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded pretty close.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that as well.
That's very concerning.
I'm wondering, though, if the trees think the guy's mad because maybe he chops the trees down. So he might not be too huge of a threat to us,
Oh.
but
He's a lumberjack.
Maybe.
It-
could be it.
And
I
was it
mean-
just the trees falling.
Interesting. Maybe like a horn. Maybe he doesn't even have a horn. Maybe it's like a hat.
Have we seen any like tree stumps around here?
No. Not here. Not that you've seen, at least.
I mean, usually if somebody's a lumberjack, there's, you can tell.
That's true. They leave some evidence behind.
Yeah, good point. Debunked
Well,
for now.
we need some more. We need some more information for this theory.
Whew. All right, well, keep your lights on, and I suppose we should move forward, yes?
I guess if we don't want to go back in here, we can go to this one.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet of right now. Hey, look, there's a
That's-
tree stump right there.
That's just the tree. It's the best way to denote where the trunk of the tree is.
Yeah,
And I just made some shadows around it, so it's like foliage. Otherwise, the trees
Can't
look
see everything.
trees look
Yeah.
great, but then you wouldn't be able to see what's under it.
makes sense.
All right, let's go to that door.
All right.
Go to that door.
As you start climbing, it's a slight incline this direction. There would be some stone stairs going up to the front door of this building here. Windowless, and roof seems to be pretty maintained, other than the occasional plant kind of growing, vines covering the walls. But it's a pretty well together building.
Ethel, one moment. Dr. Jellybean, are you hurt?
A little. I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, yeah, I got that thing got me pretty good there.
Come here, just a moment.
All right.
Oh, that's right. It's on the.
Yep. And make sure it rolls 2d8
2d8, right?
per level
We live in the future.
in the future, which we've only got less than a month.
2d8. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh.
Very nice, Dr. Jellybean getting pretty healed there.
I feel so much better. Thank you.
See? Did not take too long either.
Are you okay though? I'm worried about you. You seem pretty shaken up.
You know, I just feel like that. Something about that vent in there. I feel like that place is just crawling with those
A
things. I don't know.
vent? I didn't
Well-
know there was a vent.
I mean, there's some. I don't know. It is just giving what Oblate said, heebie-jeebies.
Was there smoke or something coming out of it?
Yeah, there was some smoke and it was cold but warm and I don't know. It did not seem natural.
Hold on one moment. Does he seem like he might have been poisoned?
I would say the fear is worn off by now, but now it's just natural.
That's just normal fear.
All right.
Yeah, he seems fine. There's 3 of them though.
All right. All right.
How long does mirror image last?
It's a minute. I think we
Okay.
would probably get it by now.
We're probably,
Okay.
Yeah, we're probably wrapping it up.
All right. I'm just making sure. I don't know. Something about the vent said poisonous fumes. Or maybe
I
not.
don't know. It's just I do not want to go back in there.
Okay, I understand. We don't have to go back in there.
We might have to go back in there. I don't know the. You know.
Ah.
We have to go back in there right now.
Thanks, Ethel. I needed that.
I mean, I'll go in first if it makes you feel better.
Oh, it does. Please. After you.
Okie After me. Click.
All right. As you open up this door, hear it creaking into a candlelit room full of shelving with boxes, crates, chests, some like kind of paper packages. A table stands in the center of the space here, with a single candle on it. Looks to be some like climbing gear, a book on the table, as well as a small scroll. Actually, a large scroll. But a thin layer of dust is probably on here, where you can see some footprints coming and going occasionally, pretty obviously. A thick rug hangs at the entrance as well.
But they haven't been using the stuff. They've just been walking through this room.
If you want to give me a investigation check to just kind of glance about and see where the footsteps have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your own deductions.
Alright, I'm gonna walk.
All right. Entering in, it does feels warm in here. Oddly, like compared to outside, because it's kind of a sunny day out. Bringing your light into the space here. Yeah, there's several crates and all sorts of like packaged goods inside. Everyone else just staying outside.
I'm kind of peering in.
Okay.
I'll take a peek. What's going on in there?
Is it safe?
I haven't been attacked.
Looks like
Okay.
there's already a light in there. think
There is a lit candle.
Is this a vent?
No, that is just a kind of like a crosshatch of rope to kind of hold packages and
Okay.
stuff on. That's what a lot of these shelves are in here.
Yeah, it's just
I want to
the
go take a
chest?
look at the table.
Yeah, on the table looks like there's like a grappling hook and rope, as
and
well
this
as
looks like chest.
yeah, there is a chest down there. You would see some smaller packages as well, and there's a book and a scroll, just a leather-bound book, a little worn at the edges.
I'm gonna close the door behind us.
Sure.
I don't like those bug things.
I want to look at the book and the scroll.
Are they dusty?
Give me a. There would be some dust about. Give me a perception check.
Maybe. There goes.
The scroll is not dusty. The book is. The grappling hook and rope is. Looks like nice fine silk rope as well.
Thanks. I'm gonna grab the scroll first and then hand it to Dr. Jones.
Thank you.
As you pick up the scroll in hand, the table collapses and bites down onto your arm.
Ah.
As a mouth grows on it.
It's a mimic.
Ah,
Should have
mimic.
known. Should have known.
And it's going to try to bite you. Getting a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
Mm.
As it bites down onto you, you are stuck to it. You take 13 points of piercing and 10 points of acid damage.
Yep.
At which point, we're going to roll initiative again.
New initiative, got it.
Oh boy.
New initiative, who dis?
Wow.
New initiative, who dis? And actually, as we roll initiative, this will probably be a good spot to end tonight before we get... You know what?
What's up, team?
We'll do one quick round of combat, and we'll stop halfway
Right.
to get us into it here. We'll check out Freddy's Menagerie. You guys tell me what you think of that. I also have limit 70. I don't remember what that is.
Mm.
Let's
Doesn't
do.
sound like a limit break.
That's fair. This might be too funky.
It might be too funky for a mimic.
Too funky for a mimic. All right, yeah, too funky for a mimic. We'll go to.
You can play limit 70. Here.
Nah, that's not what it is. That's not what we'll do. Do a classic here. That might be too upbeat too. Yeah, we'll go with it. So initiatives rolled. Dr.
It's
Jellybean,
my turn.
what are you doing?
Oh,
As you
no.
see Athel's hand just get chomped on as his hand kind of sticks there. He
Oh.
still has scroll in hand.
And
That's horrible.
the table is trying to eat me.
I see that.
Very much so.
What am I gonna do? Question. All right, I'll oh jeez. I'm going to press a button on my tablet. I'm gonna shoot some magic missiles at it.
Okay. Magic missiles. How many magic missiles?
Just first level.
Okay, so 3.
3.
3, 4.
You got 7 or 9 points of force damage. It just kind of gets battered. It still looks like a table. It just has teeth all around it. It's just collapsed onto Aethel. The feet kind of start, like the feet of the table kind of start moving around. I don't have a good... I'll just keep it there. Put it there? Yeah, I'll put it there. There you go.
And his mouth is occupied with Aethel, right?
Sure.
Sure. I'm gonna try to back away from it.
Sure. As you try to back away, one of the table legs reaches out towards you,
Yeah.
getting a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
Just kind of creeping along, and you just kind of hop over it and continue along. Anything else for Dr. Jellybean?
That'll be it for me.
That's going to take us to surprise guest number 1.
Another mimic.
As one of these packages is going to try to bite at one of you guys. Gonna roll for it.
Oh my god.
Bite at Louise.
Oh no.
Getting a 23 to hit.
Oh no, that does not hit.
As up on the shelf, a big chomp kind of bites onto your shoulder. You take 5 piercing and 4 acid damage.
Ow.
And
I
then
feel like I'm gonna regret standing next to this chest.
and then surprise guest number 3. No. A
Oops,
third one kind of underneath the shelf here bites out at Dr. Jellybean's ankles. Getting a nat 20.
It's an ankle
Oh, yeah.
biter.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I actually rolled the wrong. Still rolling that 20. I rolled the big guy's bite. You don't want that.
You'll get a bite.
So what I'm going to do, we'll just do it like this. You take 20 points of damage. The first 12 of it being piercing, and the second 5 of it plus 3 of acid. So a total of 20 points of damage. As this thing bites onto you and your foot is stuck. And Louise, you are stuck with the shoulder into the mimic on the side of this, like, shelving here. So, they'll take their turn. To Louise.
Ow, 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 get off of me! As I try and like take a stab at it with the mocking blade.
Alright, stab away. 25 will hit. For 5 points of piercing damage as you kind of stab into it, trying to pry open the mouth on your shoulder, just kind of stabbing upward.
And I'll try following up with a vicious mockery.
Alright. Big wisdom save? Yeah, they're pretty good at that.
Yes.
I got a 13 though.
Okay, that's a fail.
So it's going to take a big 2d6, so...
For 4 more points of psychic.
So Vicious
and-
Mockery is actually changed to 2d6, or to a d6 now.
To just a d6 or 2d6?
It'll be
Or
2d6
two
for
now.
you, yeah.
2d6.
yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just change that real quick. Where's it? I'll just do a 2d6.
There you go.
For 9
It'll take
points.
9 points of psychic damage.
And disadvantage on its next attack.
It will have disadvantage on its next attack. Anything else for Louise?
Uh,
Your movement's 0 right now because it's got you.
okay, then no.
Alright, that'll take us to Aethel, as this thing is chomping on your arm. This sticky substance. Actually, real quick, Louise, give me a dexterity save
Okay.
as you stab out with your sword.
Do I have... No, it's just acrobatics. Ooh, 8.
Your sword sticks.
Wait.
Oh,
Reaction. Resistance. Go ahead and roll a
You
d4.
can roll a d4.
okay.
Your sword sticks.
Worth a shot.
Thank you.
As vines try to pull your sword out, just like kind of attaching to you for a second, it's still stuck pretty good. That'll take us to Aethel. Hand in the mimic, holding a scroll.
Do I think if I were to command it to drop, do I think it would release me? Does it have a... I mean, assuming the spell successfully worked. Like, obviously that. But
Are you talking about in terms of does it understand your language?
I mean, I guess that part too, but I'm also just like, it's technically sticky, but it's also biting me.
That's true.
So, like, can it control its stickiness? It probably has to, otherwise how could it ever move anywhere?
Yeah,
Uh,
I would say logistically, yeah.
and, like, I just don't know if it'll understand me.
That is an accurate question.
Yeah.
But it
And
does.
with my arm in it, can I do somatic components?
I'd say sure. It's just flavor that it's there. You know,
Then yeah, so I will use...
just wiggle your nose.
I'll use my third embodiment of law to cast an enchantment spell as a bonus action. To cast command. Command word is drop.
It unfortunately knows no languages.
Darn, that's fine.
But it's just a bonus action.
Correct.
Still got your action.
And then for my action, I think I am just going to...
Could always try to get out with your action. Oh, okay. But
it'll be on it. I rolled garbage damage, but...
It will take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Woo.
As it kind of warbles a little bit. You can see this ripple throughout the table. Anything else for Aethel?
Well, I'm not allowed to move, so I guess I'm done.
That is true. That will take us to the creature. It's going to still send a pseudopod. Actually, it'll start wobbling along with you as the table is gone. Kind of to the middle of the room here, just waddling on its table legs. It's going to stick out a pseudopod. Oh. Nah. Yeah, it's going to stick out a pseudopod towards Oblate.
Don't you
As
think there's,
one of these legs just reaches out, getting a 16 to hit.
I was able to jump up on top of the chest and jump over it.
Alright. It will then bite down on Aethel. Getting a 20 to hit.
20 is good.
Because it's got you grappled. As Aethel, you take 12 points of piercing and 7 points of acid damage.
Woof.
19.
Yes. Then it will... It's got pretty much free reign here. Gonna try to stick another pseudopod towards Oblate. There's two legs, just like one sweeps onto you, but as you jump up, the other one kind of slaps you in the chest, getting a 25 to hit.
Yeah. That got me.
As Aethel, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you are stuck to it.
Wait, Aethel is or
Oblate. I did it again. two times in one session. There's only 4 of you guys. Surely I can remember character names. Aethel's already stuck to it. Oblate, you're stuck to it as well, as it slaps you for 10 bludgeoning.
Damn.
The good news is you're stuck there. Bad news is you're stuck. That will take us to your turn, Oblate. As the table is waddling over, it will actually release Aethel after it bites down a couple of times, but Aethel, you are still stuck to it.
So, can I move towards it? Or am I stuck right here where I'm at?
I'd say you're stuck right there where you're at, but you're able to hit it.
Like with a
what's gonna
melee attack
be-
I can hit it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
It's got a table leg wrapped around you. Or it's just stuck to you. Like a wobbly faux wooden plastic table leg. Rubber? It's like a rubber table leg.
Rubber.
A sticky.
Alright, I'm gonna start with... Do I want to do that? Or do I want to just... Yeah, I want to protect my neck a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna try to stomp down on the table's leg.
Okay. .22 will hit.
I'll do some force damage on this guy.
Alright. You will take 10 force damage as your leg kind of somewhat gets stuck. But you're still able to kick and shove and stuff.
Okay. And then I'm gonna follow that up with a downward sort of a strike with the Biden.
Okay. Biden it up. Yeah, 18 will hit.
Alright, I'm going to try to stun this man.
Okay.
It's a monster, it's not a man.
You're right.
You don't know. Got a nat 1 on its save. As dealing 12 points of piercing damage, it kind of just like warbles a little bit. Give me a dexterity save at advantage to see if your Biden's stuck. Your Biden, luckily, as you kind of smack down onto it, it kind of pins it there or that limb for a second down, and it kind of ripples through it, and you just pull up your Biden so it's not stuck.
And is it toppled? Toppled the table?
It is immune to being toppled.
Okay. And
You can grapple
then
it if you want, but it's grappling you already.
no, I don't want to hold on to this thing. I'll follow it up with another unarmed strike.
Okay. At advantage because it is stunned. 17 will hit it.
Question.
Answer.
Wait. Maybe I can if I read.
You can do the other strike if you want.
The death strike, okay, I
Yeah.
want to make sure that this actually
The
counted towards
advantage of Death Strike is you can do it on every attack. Stunning strike you can only do on one attack now. And Death Strike is guaranteed damage, while Stunning Strike, chance of damage. As it will take...
but stun is actually better.
Stun is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still doing 10 points of damage as you just kind of punching onto the little limb there, maybe pulling it closer towards you or something. And that's it for Oblate. You're stuck there.
That'll be it. Yep.
That will take us to the top of the round with the table mimic stunned and Aethel attached to it. 2 other mimics attached to their respective
Victims.
Nope, you guys about to end tonight. So we'll pick up there next week, because I don't know, maybe you guys see a ghostly Tobias arranging shelves in here.
Maybe he'll come crashing through with a dinosaur.
Maybe.
He'll just teleport in, and then this room will be locked.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure out a way to get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what'll happen.
That
It'd
is
be like Jurassic Park, but with raptors as mimics.
Mm-hmm.
Toothless raptors, though.
got teeth. I'm looking at these
Oh,
teeth
yeah.
right here.
Oh, the raptors, though.
Oh, the
Because he's bringing a raptor.
Oh no, he's the T-Rex that comes in, and the raptors are the mimics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep,
Toothless T-Rex, then.
Yes.
Carnosaurus or whatever. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, we'll pick up there next week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Astral Avenue. All right.
Bye.
Good night, folks.